Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Diamond, and today I'm gonna be doing a pick a card reading on what to expect with this new year, like all 365 days. What is gonna be our main focus? What do you need to be aware about most during this time frame? And I guess this is a timeless reading to always go back to. That's my intention here. So we're gonna see what comes through, just very general. So pile number one is this crystal. And pile number two is this crystal. Now, I already pre-shuffled and glanced at them, but I kind of already forgot what I saw. So I'll just let you guys meditate here. Pause here to meditate if you need more time. Other than that, I'm gonna jump right into pile number one. Pile number one, those who chose this crystal. I'm gonna start with you. I'm gonna save the affirmation cards to meditate on towards the end of the reading. And I pulled some tarot and some astrology cards on the main aspects of what you need to be aware about, and some archetype cards on what you'll be looking like. But I wanted to start with these to gain a sense of like main aspects, keywords that'll like stick out to you. Come correct. So with come correct, I'm getting the sense that like people shouldn't be wasting your time, or there's a need for you to think about how you're coming across, trying to have some sense of like tactfulness. Vulnerability is key. So maybe coming correct is like come with your openness and truth, being able to be vulnerable and feel safe with someone. This is new to me. Remaining focused on career goals. Compromise, it pays off. So already from here, someone's feelings for you are new. They're not used to like being vulnerable with someone, but they feel like they have to come correct with you. Maybe right now you're feeling called to really like be nose to the dirt, focus with your career goals, and you're trying to balance that with a connection, or your connections where they're like your close loved ones, your own soul family or something. It's a sense of like you needing to find compromise here. Just out with it already. Know who you are, what you're worth. Slow build. This could be a connection that took some time to get off the ground, but it took some time for you to realize like what you wanted out of the situation, what you were worth. Intrigued. Now I have you, don't know what to do with you. So someone here don't know what to do with you. Something about like actions to be taken. Whatever. Coming to terms while wanting a change. Natural connection, ease, flow. wisdom through going along with your own path and listening to spirit. So something with like compromise, something with assessing your own, like your own path, your own individuality. There is a sense of you trying to remain on the ball while also feeling something new, something grand, but it's something that like started off naturally and like you didn't really see it coming. You're trying to come to terms with things while also wanting a shake-up in the connection. Patience is needed here. Really recognize how great you are. Know all the good qualities about yourself. So again, with like your worth, with the confidence that you do have and you being able to like fall back in connections, not be super clingy, have your own individual life while letting them be the initiator and letting them come correct. Having necessary conversations that you need to have to establish a true bond, a connection with this person or people. Still think about you. Trying to get you jealous. Now this is feeling like someone from the past who's coming to terms with an ending in a connection with you and wanting a change in it. Could feel like a past life connection, like you've known each other before, came a long way. Yeah, something about coming a long way. It's been a long time coming. You've been waiting patiently, and now it's time to reap some kind of rewards and blessings. I'm gonna go into the astrology and tarot. Mars and Saturn came out for you. I don't know what I was like. I was really tentative saying that. Like, I don't know. Yeah, Ace of Coins. To me, this is blessings. This is resources being granted to you from the divine. Blessings being granted to you. I do feel like that's an overall energy for both you and pile number 2. I do feel like a lot of blessings will be coming for you and this year, 2023. I do feel like Spirit is going to be ushering you through this journey that you're on of feeling self-empowered and being able to tackle and surmount obstacles. Now, for you, pile number 1, with the Ace of Coins, I feel like you're going to be living comfortable in luxury. Maybe right now it's not looking like that. It's looking pretty scary. It's looking pretty scarce. And you don't know where you're gonna get now I feel like now it's time to assess and plan, put the necessary effort in with Mars. Time to be wise with the resources that you already have at this point, like to be a good steward. I feel like this is like well protected, well nurtured. This is like steady, firm foundation that's solid, and that's not going nowhere anytime soon, because Pentacle cards is the material world, and it's blessed. It's being granted to you. This is good fortune because you stayed true to your path. Where did it say that? Going along your own path and listen to spirit. I feel like you did so because you're facing the blessings. No matter how your current situation look, whether you recently faced a significant loss or feeling left out in the cold, like you're straying from the group, I feel like good fortune is coming out of that. Maybe some time of isolation was well spent to gain some sense of clarity, wisdom along your path, knowing the right moves to make when you have to force yourself to take action in the physical world. I feel like you mentally tackle that on and confront those things that you're concerned about. Seems like overall your security, your resources, your money, or your career, or some aspect of that, whether like the investments that you've made thus far actually accumulated to such rewards to be reaped, or such like financial gain. It feels like what you've invested thus far has only led to feeling depleted, or so it seems, and like based off the challenges that you're currently going through, and your like what you can see, your bank account, your just overall living, what am I trying to say, lifestyle, your overall lifestyle, whether you're not able to maintain or afford your lifestyle that you want to live, or you're trying to find new ways of being able to continue to live in a lifestyle and then some, to reap more blessings from the blessings that you already do have. I feel like you're going along your own path in solitude, really assessing your dreams, your goals. You could be receiving messages in your dreams, or you're just overall making plans for your future, trying to be more realistic. It's a sense of you feeling like, with a star being Aquarius energy, and to me that's futuristic, out of this world, innovative ideas, things that seem far out of reach on some kind of like pinnacle of success, but having enough faith and, you know, not being lost in despair enough to feel depressed, but only you feel like you can accomplish your dreams. You can have everything that you've wished and hoped for. I feel like there's a lot of protected, guarded energy with the 7 of Wands, the 4 of Coins, and the 9 of Coins. With these, I do feel like you've reached a pinnacle of success, a milestone. You are living quite comfortably. You are achieving goals one by one, even though it feels like it's been a long time coming. Maybe you had to make a lot of, maybe you have to be really strict with your time schedule, or very just on your game, because I think of Saturn energy as Capricorn, so that's basically daddy energy. You have to like be on your ball. You have to be productive and useful and resourceful with your time and energy, like doing things routinely or something like that. But it is a sense that you've accumulated some sense of success with yourself, and you're trying to guard that, possibly protecting your energy in a way of closing yourself off to sharing your creative ideas, your next moves. You could be blocking that off from the outside world, or overall your community, to be seeing it. They don't really see, like, they know that you're successful. You gain this accumulation of wealth and success, whatever that means to you. And I feel like for you that means spiritual success, in way of like being like your close connections, having healthy, constructive relationships, and, you know, having a stable, safe home environment, you know, exercising, feeling overall well in your health, things like that. Living a long, prosperous life. Seems to me you're growing in abundance this upcoming year, and you're making necessary plans for the future while protecting the success that you've already accumulated for yourself, the wealth that you already do have, and storing that up for this year. You could be saving for a new change. You could be trying to make a change within yourself or your career or your environment, or just wanting to put yourself out there more. It's a sense here of that your actions here matter with the Justice, the Five of Swords, and Knave of Cups, possibly reconciling your one-on-one connectionships, your one-on-one relationships with Justice being Libra energy. That's contracts and being able to see both sides in an argument, being able to be diplomatic and act in ways that is fair, and being open to see things from other perspectives, having clarity in thought and seeing the situation for what it is. I feel like, were there any other situations that you've gone through this year or last year that have been unfair and challenging, that's been bogging you down in your mind? I feel like you're gonna have an urge of like knowing who you are, what you're worth, what you're willing to be able to put up with, and you're gonna have a barrier to you. Like, you're gonna have boundaries up that's like, come correct or don't talk to me at all. You're not gonna be in my life if you're just here to hurt my feelings, put me down, make me second guess myself, or overall be a draining influence on my life. It's a sense of like you're trying to nurture some kind of seed that you've planted this year. You've made the necessary goals and plans to last you until 2024. And now I feel like you're just gonna have overall a sense of being able to see things. Like, to me, this card is serendipity and a way of living in a carefree, nonchalant kind of way of just wanting to have a good time. I do feel like there's a sense of you needing to connect to spirit at this time with the Hermit card here. I do feel like if you don't do that, the conflict in your mind about the arguments or the unfairness, the unjustness that has happened, like, there will be a sense of like resistance to that kind of change if you don't like confront those cycles that are still trying to be closed out. I feel like eventually, once that happens, you'll establish more, I'm hearing safer connections, more grounding connections that's going to help steer you towards striving towards your personal development and improving yourself, reaching milestones, stuff like that. What else? Aquarius, Virgo energy, and Libra energy with Scorpio energy. There is going to be a huge like flux of change that's going to be happening in your life, especially around your relationships and your career. Yeah, you could just be like making your moves in silence and trying to strive towards possibly being in the limelight of expressing your creative ideas with the Seven of Wands. But like the actions that you're doing thus far, it seems like, yeah, with remaining focused on your career goals. Maybe you're starting a new career or a new job, going to a new location or something like that, expanding your business, broadening your clientele, or hiring more help, more employees. I want to pull some archetype cards to see what you'll be looking like in the year 2023. Advocate. inspires you to put compassion into action. Shadow attribute, embracing negative causes or committing to a cause for personal gain. There is a sense of humanitarian vibes I'm getting here with, you know, the diplomacy of the Justice card, wanting to act out in fair ways, knowing that your actions reap consequences, or like your actions, your words, they hold weight, especially when it comes to your like close connections, your one-on-one connections with others. Though there is a sense of community here and group with the Hermit and Star card, though there are times where you need to go away, rest up, recharge, gain some semblance of knowing the aim, knowing the direction where you want to go along your path, what wisdom you want to express, what actions you need to take. I feel like there's a lot of energy that's being accumulated during this year, and it's time for you to put that into practical action, especially when it comes to your career or the things that you want, the things you care about, the things that would ground you in who you are, because you're acting out in ways that are true to you. You're remaining in integrity. You're acting in ways that are selfless, and you're planting necessary seeds. This is why it'll go far, because you're planting the seeds for your future that's going to lead to your legacy. But it's gonna, like, these blessings that Spirit is granting you because you're listening to Spirit, you're following along your own individual path, you're remaining focused and diligent and constantly seeking wisdom and in ways to act out, you know, in integrity with divine order. I'm hearing, like, putting compassion into action. There's a sense of, like, you needing to also acknowledge your feelings here. Acknowledge your hopes, your wishes, your dreams and desires, and bring that into fruition through the steps that you take now. I feel like the beginning of this year, you're planting a seed, and it's going to go far by the end of this year. And so by next year, yeah, it's going to be like some huge shakeup. Maybe someone's going to want to revive things with you, someone from the past, once they sense you going through your own individual success and you're high in it from them. You're not wanting to deal with them anymore. They're going to be like trying to get you jealous. Like, wow, you came a long way, pal number one. I still think about you. Hey, what's up? So I'm also hearing like caution, warning of how you move about, like, continue moving in silence. How you move about this, because I feel like you are being watched, and I feel like because of her surroundings, like, not much is going on but the greenery. So focus on your own abundance. Don't worry about what other people got going on. And also, other people will be worried about what you got going on, but don't pay no mind to that, and continue making your moves in silence, because you're being led to do that. Like, it's pretty much coming up here, your own individual success, and you setting up boundaries with that, not feeling depleted anymore, being able to give that. Yeah. Child magical. Light attribute, seeing potential and sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. Shadow attributes, pessimism, depression, disbelief in miracles, believing that energy and action are not required for growth. So this is confirmation on what I've already channeled through the cards. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Seeing the potential in everything, you know, seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things. So knowing that all your creations, and I'm hearing life imitates art. So all the things going on in your life right now is divinely, like, guided or intervened. Like, it's all creations from God or universe, spirit, whatever you want to call it. It's from source. And you having this, I was saying before, I was trying to say, this is my card of like serendipity, sure, and wanting to make amends, wanting to be all lighthearted and carefree and shy and tentative, but wanting to be flirty and charming and open to expressing your feelings freely. This is, to me, when pigs fly, like with a hope of a child. This is believing in the fanciful, like believing in things that wouldn't likely happen. Like, oh no, this couldn't possibly happen type stuff. And then it does, because there's a sense of like energy is being fostered here, and the action taken based on that. I don't know, it seems like someone's grown for the lessons that they've learned in the past, the actions that they've taken in an unfair situation. Someone remained in integrity and someone didn't. And I feel like both parties are coming to terms with that while wanting a change. One person wanting a change as in coming together once again, reconciling. Another person wanting a change in this as in wanting to leave it in the past forever in order to create what they've dreamed and hoped for most, and having, the freeness in that of just being willing and open to receive and accept anything that the divine decides to grant them. That's, to me, what the Knave of Cups is. It's like when pigs fly, and as far as I know, Source created pigs, and Source can do whatever it wants, basically. Spirit can do whatever they want. There is a belief that here, you need to believe that these blessings will come, that the work that you've done thus far will go far. Teacher, light attribute, ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. Shadow attribute, manipulating or abusing students, teaching negative traits and destructive skills. So it seems like you live by example, and to that it's impressive and inspiring to others, because you teach them constructive skills in their life that are good things to know. Like, you're beneficial in the things that you have to share with others. There is a sense here of you needing to be able to have a sense of clarity and good integrity about you, and knowing how to keep your composure, because teachers, they always act dignified and respectful to their students, while also coming across in a standard that is like, I'm hearing not fuckwittable. So like, I don't know, if you're a good teacher and you do it right, there's a power, there's an air of confidence that comes over you, where like students have to come to you correct, or they'll get taught a lesson. I have had professors like that where they're like really good at the job. I enjoyed the class, and I'm like, oh, I can take them seriously. So there's a sense of like, people could have taken you for a fool, but like, look at your power here. I was literally just thinking that like, there's benefit in knowing you. With King, light attributes, enlightened, benevolent, leadership, benefiting those in your charge. Shadow attributes, excessive feelings of entitlement, rulership without restraint. And full card, light attribute, fearlessly revealing emotion, helping people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. Shadow attribute, using humor to wound rather than liberate, denial of your emotional truth. So it is a sense that you came to terms with your own emotional truth, especially when it comes to the reasons why you have the success that you have now at this point. And you're coming to your own reason of truth when it comes to the unfairness that life has thrown at you and how you've handled your way through those situations of unfairness. And I do feel like that brought you a lot of time of isolation or possible loneliness, where you had to refine your character, I'm hearing, and gain a sense of wisdom. Maybe people didn't take you seriously before. They took you as a fool, thought you were naive, and thought they purposely like ghosted you or like left you out in the cold, or made you feel like you were an outsider on the outskirts of the lively traditional things that were going on that everyone was just up for, but you weren't really down for it. You weren't one to like try to be in on it, of things that were just like predictable and like helping people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. Maybe it was situations where people were behaving in ways that were absurd, that was ridiculous, and no one else saw it. They were all just oblivious to it all, of the hypocrisy. Maybe someone in the situation was being a hypocrite, but not really living up to what they claim. Like maybe someone was in actual leadership role in this community that you're guarding yourself off from. Maybe someone actually used that leadership or that role that they had over you as a feeling of like, oh, I'm entitled to whatever pile number one has to give to me and serves me in my life, because they're really not that beneficial at all, but I'm still gonna want to use them and juice them out of everything that they have: time, energy, and money. And then maybe those same exact people had excessive feelings of like thinking that they're being the more beneficial one for you, like being on their high horse, and yeah, not being true to who they were, keeping up a facade or like a mask. But you're fearlessly revealing your emotion in the situation. You were being true to who you were. You were being like, hey, this is not fair type stuff, and behaving in a carefree manner that was true to your integrity, that was, you know, you're actually going into 2023 facing those fears, fearlessly feeling your emotions and revealing those. Like I'm sensing here with the vulnerability is key. I feel like with this person from the past, if they can't be vulnerable with you, then there's nothing to even like listen to at all. Like, I don't care, you still think about me or not or whatever. It's a sense of coming to terms and wanting better, having the ability to communicate things through and say exactly what you want to say, what you've always been wanting to say, especially through all of the accumulated experiences that you've had in your life. It seems like you recognize the patterns, you recognize the equation of it all, like how it all comes together. There's a sense of you having the resources, having the talent, having the skills necessary in order to achieve something monumental that's gonna serve with all this green, your heart, you expressing this truth, you standing in confidence in your leadership role as being able to communicate this knowledge, this wisdom, putting compassion to action. I do feel like the world is your oyster here in 2023, and there's a need for you to not let fear bind you. Really assess your feelings, your intuition, that feminine side of the ability to receive the blessings, the ability to receive the creative downloads when you're going through times of isolation, feeling in those dark periods. Feel those feelings, and when it comes to your one-on-one connections that you still have, that you feel are constructive and healthy, I feel like now it's time of like having the necessary discussions, gaining more of a sense of connectivity and like a genuine connection, which I feel like a lot of people are looking for, but no, they don't know the right actions. They don't know how to go about that and see the possibility in the future for that, of carrying that forward in a balancing act type of way. What else? Me not miss anything. Maybe the person in your past or people in your past had rulership without restraint. They didn't have a sense of coming correct or caring about like healing others or being a positive influence. Maybe being comfortable with their own selves, their own company. Maybe they feel like they always needed to feel like they were above you or the situation. But I feel like through you focusing on yourself and your own inner world and not falling prey to despair, depressive episodes, or feeling doomed and depleted, feeling anxious and worried, not able to see like, oh, things can get better than this. Like, you're gonna be able to see it, and you're gonna defeat those feelings of, you know, not feeling like you can actually achieve the success that you want, or like accumulate more for yourself without like manipulating the situation or abusing others. No, but there's a sense of you through acting in integrity, you know, putting compassion into action. Through you doing that, I feel like that's the reason why you're gonna gain the blessings. And I feel like that'll usher things more smoothly if you assess what you want, you identify the actions, the plans that you have, the motives that you have in order how to go about that, which will gear you more towards like being able to see it. Like, I can see it so clearly now. I can see the possibilities in a lot of things. Like, I just know each situation that I leave from, it just always gets better and better and better. And I look back, I'm like, wow, that wasn't even that great. But in the moment, I was grateful for it because it was better than my last. But I feel like now it's just going to continue to grow better and better because you're following true to your own path. Like, you're sticking through to things that you planted a long time ago. I feel like you're staying true to the direction that you want to go through, following the will of spirit, the will of the divine, the will of Holy Spirit, whatever you want to call it. Though, through you being able to believe that everything is possible, believe in miracles, believe that the energy and the action that you put in place right now is going to lead to your growth and blessings. And I feel like that comes in like all aspects of life, everything in your material world. And it's not going to be like some doom gloom, like, oh no, I'm going to be depleted again. I'm going to reap another loss, or I'm not going to have anyone to share it with because I'm not truly going to be happy. There's a sense to tackle that pessimism side, disbelief in miracles, and believe that, you know, you are beneficial to those. You do have something to share with others. What else? I want to pull the meditation card and affirmation card. A quote to meditate on is, "Nothing exists the way it appears. It's all up to our karma." So you can, and that's by Padmasambhava. I don't know. I tried. Affirmation card is, "Today I choose the beginner mind to open myself to boundless possibilities." So definitely confirming what I've already said. Today I choose the beginner's mind to open myself to boundless possibilities. Okay, confirm. So yeah, I hope that resonates with you, pile number 1. Please let me know by liking, sharing, and subscribing, commenting if I brought this home to brain clarity for you. If this resonated, I would definitely appreciate the, sign that like, yay, I liked it. I didn't just watch it and it was like, yeah. I'm gonna clear the energy for pile number 2. Oh, that worked out nice. Those who picked pile number 2, I'm gonna start with your reading. I'm gonna save the meditation cards for after. Pulled some tarot, and I'm only taking upright. Today we're gonna be asking, what do you need to be aware about when it comes to this year 2023? I pulled some keywords to try to get a feel or a ballpark of what we need to expect or focus on. Figure out what you truly want. Real love. Soft confidence. Attractive. Minx flirt. Manifesting something to perfection because you dedicated the time and solitude to do so. Maybe you felt called to pile number 1 because this is like exactly the same message kinda I was getting. Embrace change with a full heart and trust. I really love you. Glad you're in my life. So you're definitely in love here. It is a sense that you assessed what you wanted when it came down to your relationships, especially your romantic connections. Seems like someone here is really in love with you and you're in love with them in the year 2023. And I feel like this is just here to foster and grow into something more and bloom as just more about you assessing what you truly want your future to look like making necessary plans and taking turns in that, so you guys can have this real love here. It's a sense of you needing to trust and embrace change with a full heart, even though it may be scary. You need to have confidence here. and that's really attractive to this person. Maybe they can be really confident, have some kind of soft confidence to them where it's really attractive. Maybe that's their way of flirting with you. I feel like you've manifested something to perfection because you took time out for yourself to assess, heal, evaluate your inspirations, your amusements, like things that give you a sense of inspiration for creativity. Who's your muse, or what experiences in life, what things have you learned that inspired you? So you took a lot of time out for yourself, and I feel like that will bring out a lot of real love because you took time to love yourself, to create something for your own life. And I feel like that makes for you to be just overall good company to be around. They're glad that you're in their life for a reason. I can't say that about many people myself. A surprise, a shock. So this year, a lot of changes, a lot of surprises. You could have came as a shock to someone, or someone is gonna surprise you. Take it as it resonates. Maturity comes with spirituality to experience the power of love. So love is really a big message here. Maybe you didn't feel called to pile number one because I didn't get so much of a love connection-y feel from that. It was very general, but this one is clearly love. Like, I barely got through the stack and the first things that come out is love. What falls to the floor face up is I really like spending time with you. So someone here really likes to spend time with you. Maybe that's a surprise because they like to spend time alone too. Maybe you both like to spend time alone, but you just also really enjoy time together. Yeah. Adventurous, no strings attached. So having healthy attachment to this person, maybe there's a lot of benefits. You guys just see each other when it's convenient while still having your own individual lives. But yeah, adventurous, no attachment to hometown. So since of you guys, you could be traveling in 2023. You're not really trying to stay home in your hometown. Trust, this might take some time. Enjoy the ride. I do feel like this is a common theme going on in both pile number one and pile number two. You guys need to have patience when it comes to matters of the heart, or just overall when it comes to like your journey overall. Wanting to settle down, set roots. Yeah, it's since that you might be like going a little fast with the connection, maybe because it feels so real. You are clearly in love and you manifested this because you took time out for yourself to heal and to create and to restore that energy that could have felt, you know, like scatterbrained, like you didn't know what you wanted truly, or like you didn't think you were capable, or like you were bound to have some kind of real genuine connection, a real love connection with someone who actually care about you. I feel like there's a sense to surrender to the outcome of the situation, to trust, to have not an attachment to an outcome, and maybe some kind of shock is gonna come to you being open to just a journey, the outcome. Heavy focus on career milestones. So I got that for pile number 1, 2, and it was like a different paper thing. So you guys are kind of like toe to toe on just overall collectively how we're going to be living in 2023. It's actually going to be a pretty uplifting, positive year where you're going to be granted a lot of blessings, and I feel like that's going to come mostly with the base type career, career, relationships, the readings that I pretty much only do. And I feel like in turn that's going to come with like, it's going to strengthen your bond and your connection to spirit because you trust. Make them work for it. Yeah, a sense of holding back, refraining from overdoing it, making them work for it, making them come correct. I mean, both people have to remain acting in integrity and compassion, trying to be willing to understand the other part. I was going to say person and partner, whatever. But please stay, don't run away. Yeah, it is a sense of you, like, you won't always be around. Like, don't take this for certain or for granted at all. Since that you are being taken serious of because you assessed it. You took time to assess what you truly wanted. And it's making you come off like really attractive because you know what you want. And trust came out here twice. So it's a sense of you embracing just the uncertainty of things and trusting in spirit. Not a selfish bone in your body. Also genuinely caring. In order to expect someone to genuinely care about you, you have to genuinely care in turn. I feel like the feelings are mutual. Also, because you're not so selfish, you're going to be rewarded blessings. Yeah, you guys are really acting with an integrity here. Having your own individual life, prioritizing your own situation, like your needs, your goals, your wants, your focus on your career right now, your milestones, while making a genuine connection here, while balancing that out with real love. Okay, 2023. I like to keep things between us private for the most part. So since that you guys are going to keep things secret, be your authentic self, be open and honest. And I was just burping. So you guys, like I said, staying true to your own individualistic. Damn, I kept on stuttering. So maybe it's something about like what you have to say. No, but you're being your own individualistic self. You're being open and honest. You're being someone that's trustworthy, especially when it comes to times of like unstable transitions, like rocky changes. It's a sense of like maybe your honesty is coming off as a shock to someone. You being real with them is a pleasant surprise. The healer helps you process a lot of hurts and trauma simply through their presence. I do feel like through you protecting this connection, like this is a healing connection here, where just being in each other's presence is soothing and comforting. Helps you embrace all aspects about yourself. So it is here a sense of this person is helping you nurture your inner child. I'm feeling like helping you feel comfortable in being yourself, not feeling judged, and feeling like genuinely connected to them, because there's a sense of you being able to be vulnerable with them, to be able to be your true individualistic self, someone you could learn from. Yeah, this person helps you just be more open, be more able to trust your intuition, I'm feeling, because you were right about this. Like, whatever seed you planted in the beginning of this year or in the tail end of 2022, I feel like that's gonna usher in like significant growth within you and this connection by the time it's 2024. Dependable, reliable. There is a sense of like you guys are showing up for each other, being consistent for one another, being able to put in the work both equally, so you guys are not feeling drained. And that's why they're able to be glad they've met you and really enjoy spending time with you, because you're real. You're actually like really chill. There's like fun times with you. Guys can like explore different parts of yourself and different aspects in the bedroom, and just overall explore the world with each other. I do feel like you are inspirational. You are a muse. I was getting that. I don't know if that was pile number 1 or if I was saying it in this pile, but it is a sense of like you gaining a sense of like creative inspiration, finding your muse, or you're being amused for someone. You're being inspirational. You're impressing someone through like who you are or your body. Triggering. You guys could trigger each other a lot, or you could be addressing some triggers this year. What's new? Romantic intentions. So maybe you don't see this romance coming. Maybe it's something that you manifested and you put the energy in and the actions in yourself, and you didn't think that would actually manifest outwards in your reality, but it's real. This is real love. This person has romantic intentions, and maybe that could be triggering. Yeah, it could be overwhelming for you or this person. The feelings could be really triggering. Or you could be triggered when it comes to assessing what you've accepted in the past when you didn't know what you wanted out of connections. Take it as it resonates. I'm just only channeling here. Be careful of overgiving. It is a sense of like being able to fall back, have your own individual life, make them work for it. Does not sound nice. It was just someone putting in the effort, while you also do to make them feel cherished and loved. But in turn of like, you're still focused on your career. You're still giving to others outside of this connection, like whatever love romantic connection this is. Like, be careful of over giving, just in general, whether it comes to like your family connections, any one-on-one connection, platonic or not. Grounded in what you want. So it is like time for you to take this year to really remind yourself, assess what you want, especially when it comes to your connections with others and out of life, just in general. What do you want? Sorry, I get jealous that you'll find someone better. People could feel like that you'll eventually move on, that things could possibly be temporary and that nothing is for certain. They could get jealous if you're like talking to someone and that you'll think they're better than them. And that could just be like you just having small talk with like a coworker, and they see that and they're like, oh, they are smiling a lot. Looks like a good conversation. And, you know, the green little jealousy little thing could be on a little shoulder, having them think these thoughts. But I feel like they're aware of it and it's just only in passing, is only because they love you so much. I feel like that could be the triggering part, is the aspect that someone could leave the other, or nothing's really for certain, or there's a sense that you'll move on because you know what you want, and if you don't have what you want in this situation, then you can just go find something better. That could be triggering for both parties in this connection, of feeling like the other person is just gonna find something better and move on to that. No matter if this is real love or not, there is a sense of overwhelming that and not being for certain for that. And then you could possibly feel the urge of running around and try to fix things with this whole overgiving. It's a warning here to not be clingy, to remain career focused on reaching your milestones, focus on gaining some kind of wisdom or maturity through times of like isolation, and letting things go, trusting, being open to like the outcome of the situation, enjoying the journey, enjoying the ride. Okay, I'm gonna pull some astrology and tarot now, because that's enough. Neptune and 5th house. So love clearly is what you need to be aware about in 2023. You could just be falling in love or having an enjoyable life where you're feeling free more now than ever to create, to take into account of like taking a chance on things that, you know, you need to have trust in, with the trust of a child, you know, having the ability to see the potential, in what you don't see now, to see and believe in miracles, to do things dramatically without second thought, without second guessing yourself, to have fun and be free-spirited, adventurous, to not be attached to a situation or an outcome, to trust in the divine. I do feel like this year you're going to create a lot. You could be giving birth to a child, or just new attractiveness in yourself, or new attraction in love. I do feel like you're going to inspire others a lot, especially this love partner that you'll be having, or partners, take it as it resonates. Yielding is the only way to, so it is a sense of you being able to believe in what you cannot see here when it comes to love. You might feel like you need to make a great sacrifice, let something go, something that was just an idea, that was something that was like the idealization here, something that was just, you like the idea of it before, but now you know that like with enough energy and gusto and taking a chance on it, take the lead and creating something for yourself, it will inspire others and lead way for you not to have to do anything and just receive it. You may feel like you're taking a loss by waiting, but with trust and due time, like waiting on spirit, listening to like, I'm hearing ushers of guidance, so like whispers in your ear. Take time out to like meditate in quiet time, to talk with yourself, basically journal or something, make your vision plain, like write it down on tablet, write your vision down on paper, and be prepared to sacrifice what you love most. Now I'm envisioning like a story in the Bible. Who was that? Joseph or something. where the son had to be sacrificed, the only son that he didn't even think that would be born in the first place, because it took a long time to give birth to a child, and now you have to sacrifice it, or at least be willing and prepared to, in order to really trust God, the divine, to usher in and give you blessings, more blessings, because you've seen that he did it before. You've seen that spirit has given you blessings before, and now it's a matter of trusting that spirit will just continuously provide, and you won't have to like always struggle or feel like you have to survive and not thrive. Well, now you can thrive and do it dramatically and have the love of your lifetime and create and have a fountain level of abundance. Is an overflow of abundance of creative ideas and new inventions, and being able to feel like you can have the ability to invest in yourself, whether that means like in stocks or crypto or in your education, or just overall investing in like a course or a seminar or something, a spiritual retreat, investing in your business, or trying to get more clientele, investing in that. Like, that's gonna pay off. I feel like God is trying to tell you right now to keep faith, especially when it comes to matters of your heart, your career, your creations. What came out in tarot is the 7 of Wands. Oh yeah, you and Paul number 1. Same energy, but just, I'm hearing the same, oh shit, just a different day. I kept trying to get it each and there with ill. But really, you could be wanting to like buy your mom a house, or like live that type of life where you're rich and lavish. Like, it's not a thing I shouldn't want for anything. And that's why I can pass down blessings to others, my legacy, my kids, my loved ones, my soul family. If you have an issue, I don't want to see you struggle. Here you go. It's nothing, no big deal type shit. But it's a sense of like you guarding and protecting the success that you've accumulated thus far. With the 10 of Wands, sense of you wanting to, don't be scared of this devil, y'all. It's a sense of like unloading burdens from your past, like burdensome people, situations, like ways of communication or something. Your workload or like your duties and responsibilities is packing on this year, y'all. You could just be expanding your career right now, because you are like heavily focused on your career right now and your milestones. So it seems like you're striving towards your goals, like on the verge of burnout. And maybe you could feel like it's just you with this burden to bear, with all these responsibilities on your shoulders. I feel like Spirit is calling you to redirect that, or you're almost on the verge of success, like your hard work is paying off, and now it's time to assess like where you're overdoing it. With the Devil card, this is not being in moderation to me. This is overindulgence, addictions, the chains that bind you, whether that be thoughts, ways of being, bad patterns of behavior type shit, or overall unhealthy connections to things and people and places. There's a sense of you needing to moderate that, to hold back from overdoing it and overindulging in your favorite thing. You know what that is, whether that be food or smoke or shopping addiction, or just like negative self-talk, putting others down, or you're overworking it, you're overdoing it. Calm down, bitch. Like, I feel like you already accumulate a lot of, I don't mean to call you bitch, but that's how I'm like, girl, calm down, bitch, calm down. I'm saying that with with all the respect, pile number 2. But with the 7 of Wands, it seems like you already accumulated a lot of success and you're just guarding it. You're setting up boundaries with the toxic people, the haters, those trolls. Yeah, you're setting up a necessary barrier of protection so they won't drain you and deplete you of the successes that you've already accumulated for yourself. Or you're trying to guard and protect your reputation or just overall your energy or your creative ideas. You could be trying to like make moves in silence. But yeah, you're coming off defensive because you got a lot on your plate. Clearly. Page of Wands came out with all this red wand energy. You could be feeling on the verge of like needing to be in your boss energy right now with Knight of Coins. And it's just going to make your situation feel more like you have to wait. There's more caution here. There's more things like, what do you call it? Like if it's not this thing, then it's another thing. It's always something type stuff. You could be feeling called to feel more in tune with your body, listening to your body needs. Like on the Maslow's pyramid, you could be taking time right now to assess your base needs. That'll make you feel like safe, secure, grounded. Though, yeah, you could be feeling like you need to be in like your boss energy right now. Like you need to, like look at them, they both got the glasses on. He think he's some charming, inspirational, energetic person who can just feel things through, and when inspiration strikes them, they can just go ahead and take inspired action, and it just works out and they fall feet first planted. So a sense of you believing that things will work out, that it'll take off. You just need to start off with a feeling, and no matter how long this journey has been, it could have been like a long time coming. Maybe you're at the stage in life where you thought you would be farther along by now. But I feel like when you assess your past feelings, don't suppress them or repress your feelings, because I feel like that'll lead into further despair or anxiety, depression, because you're already like feeling burdened here. You have a lot on your plate going on, and it's a time to assess your feelings here. Assess what is weighing you down, what chains are trying to bind you right now, whether that be generational curses of matters of wealth, feeling like you ain't got the pinnacle of success that you want by now. But yeah, it's a sense of like work smarter, not harder, that you will be taking into place in 2023. It's gonna take me a while to get used to saying that. 9 of Swords. So definitely with matters of fears and anxiety, you need to make sure-footed decisions at this point this year, because I feel like the seeds that you planted through sure-footedness, being grounded in your steps, having an aim, a direction, a goal, and staying true to that, focusing on each goal day by day, step by step. Capricorn energy, to me, that's day-to-day tasks. These are things that takes a while, but it leaks. Wow. Leaking, and I'm envisioning like a fountain or like a faucet leaking, and it's just pouring out, and that faucet being the money, the cash flow, just streaming and pouring out, just like an abundance flow. It just keeps on going, going and going. The Fool and the King of Wands is both Aries energy, more Wands energy, more fire. With this, I feel like you'll reach higher status or a higher pinnacle of success, more responsibility, having more people under you, in a way of not feeling like, oh, I am in a leadership role, I'm entitled to ruling over you like an ass without having much consideration of like how my actions are affecting you, or like feeling that sense of entitlement, feeling that sense of like being absurd with your power. There is a sense of you knowing how to like know how you're coming across, knowing how to act in tact, like tactfulness. I am getting a sense that you are really cautious about your success, your business. You could be just an entrepreneur or a business owner, or yeah, you could have your own business. And it's a sense of you need to trust in God more and base your steps based on that. Like, what? Base your steps based on that. Base your steps, like being able to take necessary risks, gambles, investments in order to go far within your business, and not letting anything hold you back and weigh you down, and not feeling like you're on the verge of burnout. Like you're taking too many things, too many people, you're taking too much things from the past, baggage, with you on this new development, this new journey, or this new cycle that you're trying to carry out that's been long overdue, because there's been a lot of sleepless nights or a lot of restlessness when it comes to feelings of the past about I don't know, what makes you feel safe, secure, and like grounded in that, because opposite of that is fears and resentments. So I feel like Spirit is calling you to assess your fears and resentments, maybe to journal them, because you suppressing or repressing your feelings, not fully opening up or acknowledging your feelings, could lead to, I don't know, some kind of conflict, or you doing something that's gonna cause some kind of controversy. But it's time for you to like act in ways of confidence, embrace the judgment from others that come when you say no to them. But then again, you're living your life and doing what you want, and doing you, not afraid, not caring. There's a sense of like not letting anything hold you back, any baggage from the past, taking only what you need. And you have all the resources that you need to make do with what you already have, in order to accumulate more of a sense of success, through already like the hard work and effort that you've put in. I feel like it's been a long time coming, and it's just gonna like close out. You're gonna be successful in this. You just have to stay true on your path and be careful of overextending, overgiving, because it will make you like overwhelmed. You need to definitely ground yourself when it comes to like emotional outbursts, especially when it comes to anger, or like not holding back that beast within, because King of Wands, I think of Leo energy, and that's that strength card to me. Yeah, you could just be angry, and don't be angry because you're not feeling like financially you aren't where you want to be, like that rich status, or at least a comfortably lavish status where you can afford the lifestyle that you have or you want to have. There's a sense of like persevering, staying true to the course, not lashing out, knowing like having that sense of approachability to you, knowing how you're coming across, and that will bring in the blessings, you acting within integrity, you having the confidence to create more for yourself, and being open to see the potential in everything, opening your horizon, like broadening your horizon, opening yourself up to the boundless possibilities and all that, believing in your hopes and dreams. I feel like that's coming in turn with you confronting those own inner demons within you, because now you're connecting back to your inner child and healing that. And I feel like it starts there, really. And that's how you, in turn, heal generational trauma and trauma from what you've gone through even recently. I feel like it's going to make your work life, your career goals, and like meeting your milestones, it's going to make that go more smoothly, because you're protecting your energy, your success from the start, from people who could be possibly trying to drain you. Maybe you're just a helpful being. And I feel like you're manifesting something to perfection. It's just a need for you to keep that open mind of believing in the impossible. Healer, light attribute, passion to serve others by repairing the body, mind, and spirit, ability to help transform pain into healing. Sorry, I pulled some archetype cards on how you'll be looking during the year 2023. Maybe these can be some confirming messages or cards so you already identify as being a long-held archetype that carried you through your life. Maybe this is your profession. You could be a Reiki healer, or just a healing presence for others where they feel a sense of comfort with you, like they'll be well cared for, they'll be fed, they'll be soothed in a way of feeling your energy, and overall it'll make a difference and like how they feel in their day and like moving forward. Shadow attribute, taking advantage of those who need help, failing to care for oneself. So I feel like, and then Samaritan is right behind this. Light attribute, refines your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. Shadow attribute, exacting appreciation and recognition for the help you offer. So I feel like you're very giving, very helpful. This made me think of my sister with the Leo energy. She's a very helpful, healing presence, and I do feel like she doesn't like to see people struggle, especially people that she's grown to care about. And yeah, especially when it comes to those that you would prefer to ignore. I'm like, wow, you're so nice. I would not have done that. I would definitely have, oh, sucks for you, you know? But like, this year, you have the capacity to help those by repairing them, mind, body, and spirit. And I feel like through even just, you don't even have to physically be there for people, like tangibly, just you living is enough to be a healing, helpful presence. Which I don't feel like you have to strive so hard. Like, the blessings in your life can come only so easily. You just have to wait and be open to receive those blessings and be like free from attachment of outcomes of situations. It could be something that you have to fess up and own up to, or someone could have something to like get off their chest with you, or you with them, for the help that you've given. Because I just heard someone cough, and yeah, I definitely feel like through the pain, I feel like you've gone through a lot of times where you have to heal yourself and your shadow side because of just the things beyond your life that you couldn't control with the devil card. There were situations where you couldn't control the other person, or just overall like outside circumstances that was beyond you, and you remained in integrity. And you continue to transform that pain that you went through in those situations into healing. You healed yourself. You sought necessary help from those who would heal your body, mind, and spirit. And you transform that pain into healing, receiving that help. So I feel like 2023 is a sense of you receiving a lot through all the help that you give. There's going to be an ebb and flow of that. There's going to be a fair balance of that, because you have direction, you have clear direction in your life. You go after your goals with dedication. You're dedicated to your manifestations through your times of isolation and having that independence within yourself, your own like education, your own career, your business. Like, I feel like this year you're gonna be happy with that. Like the outcome, you're gonna be successful, period. You're gonna be successful. Power number 2, just make it plain and believe it. Here's some quotes to meditate on that should help usher in these blessings, or that'll be a grounding words to come back to. That'll remind you about this throughout the year. It is easy to see the fault of others, hard to see one's own. One sifts the fault of others like chaff, but covers up one's own as a crafty cheater covers up a losing throw. And that's a quote by the Buddha. It is easy to see the fault of others, hard to see one's own. One sifts the faults of others like chaff, but covers up one's own as a crafty cheater covers up one's losing throw. Damn, do I know how to read? I'll let you like get a closer look so you can accumulating wealth, guarding it, and making it grow will wear you down. Understand that riches bring unending. Damn, y'all must not like that one. That was too real. I accidentally dropped it. Accumulating wealth, guarding it, and making it grow will wear you down. Understand that riches bring unending ruin and destruction. So you could be striving for riches, but know that it's just not gonna bring the happiness that you think it is in the way that you think it is. So by you trying to make all this money and guard it, it's only going to wear you down and make you feel burdensome. It's going to make you strive and strive and strive, because you're going to have to learn how to maintain it and keep up with it. And you're just going to keep on striving and never going to feel satisfied and content, because that true satisfaction comes from within. Najarjuna? Damn, I cannot pronunciate shit, man. Father, light attribute, talent for creating and supporting life, positive guiding light within a tribal unit. I didn't even finish the archetype cards. I was just thirsty to go to the meditation cards. Okay, so you must have really needed that before you were like gonna cut off the video. But dictatorial control, abuse of authority. So it is a sense of you using your authority constructively, not downing others, being a nurturing, guiding light. And I feel like that goes for like if you have kids, or just overall how you behave, you being in this natural born leadership type of life. Like, you're a natural born leader with the King of Wands coming out, and you know how to make practical, sure-footed steps that'll lead you towards success in the long run. But I just feel like with due time, like patience, my child. I'm hearing patience, my child. Shapeshifter, light attributes, skill at navigating through different levels of consciousness, ability to see the potential in everything. Duh, was I not saying that? Tell me if I'm lying. Shadow attribute, projecting any image that serves your personal agenda in the moment. Being true to who you are, grounded in who you are, what you want. And I feel like that foundation could just steer you so far. Just you being balanced within your many aspects of you, your chakras, how you think, how you receive messages from God, from the divine, how you think, how you communicate, how you create, how you express, how you move about life, how you love, you know, how you express that love, how you show that love, and groundedness in like who you are, where you come from, what makes you you, you know, how you project yourself out into the world. So I feel like just staying true to who you are is a big deal here, and you realizing like your own faults, not being a hypocrite in that. Because I feel like a lot of eyes are on you. I feel like a lot of eyes are on you, and you're inspirational to others. So it's time for you, like, always to I don't know, it seems like it's time for you, like, look inside yourself. I don't know, I was just almost blanking out right there. Damn. Damsel, understanding the nature of healthy romance inspires you to rely on yourself. Shadow attribute, waiting for a knight to provide for you. Seduction by romantic illusion. So we're not living in illusions anymore. We're not placing the blame on another person for the chaos or whatever unhealthiness that they've brought to your life. It's now time to understand a more healthy nature with yourself and viewing yourself in a better light. Understanding the nature of healthy romance inspires you to rely on yourself, because you can. You don't really need another partner to live, period. I was gonna be like, to live life, like, I'm just imagining someone living together in splitting the rent, which is what I've seen time and time again. You just think that's the most practical, constructive thing to do in your relationships, is to rely on one another, to support one another, to help those in need, to want to not see them struggle. And I'm thinking of that in this kind of way of not waiting to be rescued, not waiting for help to come, being that help, relying on yourself, knowing that you can get it through, knowing with the right attitude and persevering, believing in your dreams. Now I'm like hearing wishing on a star. So prayer, believing, having trust. Yeah, I do feel like believing in the possibility of things, you being able to see the potential in everything, you assessing your emotions, not suppressing them, coming to terms with things in due time. I do feel like you'll reap rewards from the effort that you've already put in. There's no more need for you to strive so hard. Yeah. Again, the quote for you to meditate on: accumulating wealth, guarding it, and making it grow will wear you down. Understand that riches will bring unending ruin and destruction. So I feel like you thinking you can go about things your own way too, and not trusting in God, not trusting in spirit. That's why the yoke is so heavy. The burden is so heavy, because you're trying to do it all on your own. It's time to seek guidance and be less attached of the outcome of, oh, I want to be rich and accumulate a lot of wealth and status. More about you realizing the influence you have on others, the positive influence, the healer, the Samaritan, the father, and the positive influence you have on yourself. Like, there's a lot of work to be done. I'm hearing, like, again, with due time. There's a lot of work to be done, and you don't need to do it all now. And you don't have to do it all on your own. With a 10 of Wands, that's delegating. So it's just a clue here to really assess like your mind space and your physical reality, because I feel like within this year it can easily go out of whack, because simply you feeling overburdened with your duties, responsibilities, the feelings that you have towards like past experiences, your mother possibly, or with the moon card, just feelings of anxiety, despair, or confusion, things that you possibly have to wait from. You don't know when it's going to fall through, and you're feeling confused, misguided, not on steady ground, like grounded and feeling safe and secure in your future. But I feel like it's time for you to assess your intuition, your relationship with the divine right now, and that leading you to the best way of moving forward towards the successes that you've already accumulated for yourself, not fearing that being taken away from you, not fearing that eventually leading to a loss of you being drained and completed, of you feeling drained and depleted again. But I'm just hearing like, keep holding on. You're gonna make it through. Just keep on persevering. Maybe still stand up with that guard, like still remain guarded. I'm hearing guard your heart at all costs. But not too much, so that you want to be able to receive real love, accept real love. I'm hearing God loves me, Spirit loves me, universe loves me type shit. No big deal. It's just, I'm hearing have your own individuality. Like, it's easy to see the fault of others, but hard to see your own. So it's constantly assess yourself, be more aware of where you would like to improve with yourself. Yeah, pile number 2. I hope that resonated with you. Let me know by liking, sharing, or subscribing and hitting the bell to know when I'll post again. And yeah, hope you have a blessed rest of your day wherever you are.